Here, up next, we have Eric. What's up, Quebec? I don't leave my house much, but I bet a lot of you don't know. I live here. Some of you might know me as the guy who took 2 years to build a fence. No? That's me. It's one of my claim to fame. But you know, this is the first time that I've been around everybody at once, and I just think it's a beautiful time for me to tell you all, clean your fucking yards up. I remember the day I decided to pursue comedy. I literally grabbed a notebook off the counter and I just started writing jokes. The problem with that is that notebook was my recipe book. I need to change those things because last night my lasagna bombed. I'm a plant daddy. If you don't know what that is, a plant daddy. If you don't know what that is, it's a term for a guy who doesn't get invited to parties. Before I go too much further, I have to apologize if I'm not 100%. I had an incident in my life last week and it caused me to order some pepper spray. And it came in the mail today and I was just testing it out. And I'll tell you what, masturbating with lotion is way better. A few months ago, I was doing a little crowd work. I was talking to a woman in the front row, you know, and her husband, her boyfriend, he began to get kind of agitated, you know, a little bit jealous. And it got me thinking, guys, I am no threat to you, all right, or your relationship. I'm partially crippled. I have no money. I couldn't provide for or protect your woman. If this was caveman days, I'd be food. But there are 4 words that have got me into some places that I probably should have never been. He made me laugh. And so guys, am I a threat to you? Absolutely not. But at the same time, right? You tickle her funny bone, she might tickle your funny bone, I guess. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not bad. All right, let's do it again. Well, let's rip the roof off this motherfucker. Let's really like aggressive. Who's there? All right. You ready? Knock, knock. Who's there? Don't worry about it. It's just my lasagna again. I told you it bombed. I have a best friend. His name is Doug. He would dig you guys. He always has great words of wisdom, like you can only teach your dog not to eat poop in front of you. Dash Doug, right? I love the guy. I call him multiple times a day. I talk about him all the time. I even say I love you when we hang up the phone. And some people might think this is strange behavior for a 50-year-old man. Well, Doug would agree with those people. I'm like, I love you, and he goes, okay. And the thing about Doug is my kids think that he's their uncle, which has always been kind of strange to me because last time I was a fake uncle to some kids, it was because I was fucking their moms. Super secret sex with mommy. I had a 15-year career in corporate marijuana, which I realized is an oxymoron. And when it ended, I put together a resume that highlighted all the skills that one would obtain after growing marijuana for 15 years. And I hit the job market. And I landed the one job that I'm qualified for. I'm an Uber driver. I really do it just to give my mom something to brag about, you know? There's things you learn when you drive for Uber. Like, for instance, most people are generally kind. And service industry workers are the best tippers. Shout out to the bartenders, the real heroes in here. Yeah. And strippers.
Wait, what?
Strippers leave a residue that only the popular product from the 90s, Simple Green, can remove.
Oh, wow.
True story. I've learned that some of y'all, you don't want to talk, you need to. And some of y'all don't want to shut up, but you need to. And most of my interactions driving for Uber have been pleasant, but one night I've been driving college kids all over Grand Junction, and I finally get everybody back home again about 5:30 in the morning, and this woman gets in the back seat of my car, and she says, "It smells like weed in here." I had had a long night. I was like, "Ma'am, you're good. Most people can't smell the weed over the sex in the urine." Needless to say, the rest of the ride to her opening shift at Wendy's was completely silent. She got out of the car, and I said, "Have a nice day." She slammed the door and she walked off. 5 stars and a $3 tip. I did not know that was the equation. And you meet all kinds of different walks of life when you're a rideshare driver. For instance, did you guys know this? There is a whole group of beautiful, successful, independent power women, and they prefer to hook up with blue-collar guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fellas, fucking stay broke. Right? BBS, bitches be slumming. Bro power, am I right? Yes. And ladies, you know what they say? Once you go broke, you're gonna have to pay for dinner. And I tried it, did not like it. I feel insecure, inadequate. I've been lying to her about my accomplishments. I told her I took a shower every day. But in the end, we were just from 2 different worlds. You know, she never been with a guy as rough as me, and I never been with a woman who has a relationship with her father. So there was that. Uber, I just want to say Uber is not a dating app, but women treat that shit like Bumble. All right, there is no more dangerous predator than a 45-year-old divorced woman, 3 margaritas deep, and she's in the backseat of my car. I call them Uber cougars. Yeah! And it's not just women, it's guys too. The other night I picked up this guy and we're driving along and we're just chit-chatting, right? And there was a break in the conversation and it gone silent just for a moment. And he says, "You ever hook up with dudes?" Now the wild side of me was like, "Do it!" But the more like reserved, sensible side of me was like, I should probably be more well-rested before my first man-on-man sexual experience. I mean, I was flattered and offended at the same time. I mean, on one hand, he wants to do me, and I get that. But on the other hand, bro, put in some work, you know? It was early enough in the morning, he could have taken me out to breakfast. Feed me. Feed me, then fuck me. And I realize this joke is starting to sound like instructions, but it is not. I dropped him off, and I drove away. I did double back and fuck him, but for the record, I also dropped him off and drove away. I'm just kidding. I never dropped him off. 5 stars and a $3 tip, all right? Congrats, you guys are beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for laughing. Yeah, give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah.
Two of you guys, my freaking cheeks hurt.
Yeah, he never dropped them off. You know.
Slow down.
He just went around the block, man. He's doing donuts, so to speak.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
I just told him, I said, if you tell me my freaking cheeks hurt. These ones, not these ones.
Yeah, you know, it's, and it's funny because you know what they say? They say that if